What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench Repeat, the series you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me. Now, as you know, if you've been with me any amount of time these last few weeks, I've been doing Middle-earth preparations for my up and coming, but in the distant future, solo Middle-earth role-playing campaign. God, that was a mouthful. Anyway, yeah, so got a lot of this to do, but super fun, super fun. I'm absolutely loving it. As you know, or you may know, my Dwarven Rangers are finished, long finished now, and it's my day off, so it's my one time in a week when I can do the on the bench and get some hobby done and further my preparations for the campaign. Super excited. I'll talk more about that in the episode itself. If you are new, this is a series you put on in the background. You know, whilst you might be wanting to get a load of stuff done, or you just want, you know, to get it done without seeming quite so monotonous, perhaps you're doing 100 boys or something like that. It doesn't really matter. Or you're doing a character, you're just taking your time over it, and you need something to listen to in the background. Well, this is the video for you. Grab your glues, brushes, models, whatever else you need. Tea, coffee. I've got coffee, yay. And let's get to the bench.
Ah, finally, on the bench. I say finally because it's taken me ages from the intro to the main part. So, yeah, I had a load of stuff come up and, you know, real life stuff you cannot prepare for. Anyway, enough of that. I'm looking at Tom Bombadil. I think I might do a couple more finer highlights on him, but he's, by and large, he's pretty much complete. It's Tom Bombadil, and yeah, because although he's probably not going to be a character that my character or characters in my solo RPG game meet, there's always a chance, right? And with Tom Bombadil, for me, it's not right unless Tom Bombadil is there somewhere or has the opportunity or ability to appear and be a visual. And yeah, I'm wanting to use a little bit of terrain and miniatures and stuff. Oh my goodness, the rain. It's just hammering down with rain here. Yeah, because I want it to be slightly visual, not just theatre of the mind, that kind of thing. Anyway, so, and I've got the Samwise Gamgee. I'm still looking for my I've got an old Pippin figure somewhere which I want to paint up. I really do want to paint him. But anyway, so Tom Bombadil, got a bit more work to do yet on Radagast the Brown. But he's turning out well. I'm enjoying doing him. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of work to do. I want him to have black hair. I've got my Pygmy King on a boar to do. I think it was called the Pygmy King. I think it was a Pygmy King on a boar. I've got Pygmies. This is a Congo figure, you see, and it has nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings game, but still pretty nifty figure nonetheless. Got a bit more tidy up to do on him and finish off some stuff. Bjorn the Mighty. I still haven't located a suitable bear figure yet. I think a dire bear would be the best thing for him, but yeah. So I've got work to do on him. He's got to do his base, his boots, and some more of the skin of like the other side of the furs to do. So I need to do that. Really, and there's some tidy up to do on him as well. And of course I've got a lot more work to do on my Elven Ranger. Yeah, I want him to be a possible character that they can meet, you know, in the RPG as well. So yeah, that's a thing too. Now, not so sure where I'm going with him yet. Tom Bombadil. Let me get my glasses on. So I've got, as I said, I've got a lot of rain hammering down outside right now, and it seems to come in waves. It certainly does. I'm looking for a suitable highlight for his tunic and his hat. Yeah, I'm looking. See, I've got this beast hide, but P3. Or do I even want to go there with him? Do I want to take it further? Well, I think he actually is all right, you know. For what I need, I think he's absolutely fine. So what I could do is I could seal him. Yeah, I'll seal him. And during the course of my game, I mean, if he even comes up, he might not. If I think I might do some more highlights on him, then I can do that. So this is kind of like a save point, really. But I'm going to seal him in anyway. Matte acrylic varnish. Right. So here we go. So it's feather and hat. Yeah, because the top half of him is what's going to be handled the most. So yeah, a curious and mysterious character is Tom Bombadil, but that's good because it means I don't have to explain much, if anything, about him. You know, if he should come to light. Don't want to give anything. I've got a basic idea of what storyline I want to go with. Oh, and I acquired something today to help me with it. Well, you know how Dungeons and Dragons has the Dungeons and Dragons starter kit in a box. Well, the Lord of the Rings, the role-playing game, has, or at least had, a similar thing, like a starter kit, like a game in a box. You know, same size as the ones you get from like Wizards of the Coast and that. And yeah, so it's like a more simplified version of the rules, but that's not what I got it for. What I got it for was the maps inside, and there's like game tiles or game maps in there as well as a Moria adventure, or some information on Moria. So that's going to be good because the Moria book is pretty expensive, and a bit out of my financial bracket right now. So this is going to be a very good substitute. Something I do have on the way though, which I picked up for a very reasonable price, is a narrator's screen. Now the narrator is basically another word for GM or DM or storyteller, whatever you want to call it. And I've got that because all these screens are pretty much the same in that they have useful quick reference tables and guides to hand for the storyteller or the GM, or in this case the narrator, to consult quickly, which will aid in the video production process there. So I've sealed him in nicely. Now I'm going to seal Sam. Similar thing, because I'm not sure I'm going to be using this character anyway, or this figure. It looks too much like Sam, I think, with his pots and pans and that on the back. Pippin, however, if I could just but find him, would be a different matter altogether. He's not carrying, from what I can remember, he's not carrying pots and pans. So yeah. Right, so that's that. So just have on your bench what you're working on. There's my little snippet of advice to anyone out there. I'm sure glad I've got plenty of this matte acrylic varnish, however. Right, so Tom Bombadil taken care of, at least for this session. Sam taken care of, right. Let's turn our attention to either Radagast or Beyond next, i.e. Beyond, I think I've decided here. Right. Oh, I need a piece of kitchen towel. Well, my mum's still in hospital, by the way. Last week I went up to see her on the Saturday because she lives far away from me, so I had to take a drive to where her local hospital would be. I saw it. It was very shocking to see. It shocked me. I was not prepared for what I saw on there that day. So yeah, I was a little bit. What's going on? You know. Don't like to see my mum like that, so frail and helpless. She's getting better though. She's gradually doing better. It's a long process though, isn't it? I mean, she's 87 as well, so it's going to take longer. You know, broken bones, broke her arm and shoulder. It's going to take at least 6 weeks to heal, at least. So she's done a week. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. She lives in a flat. Just trying to sort out, make sure her flat is as safe for her to live in as it can possibly be. And we're getting her a personal alarm as well, you know, one of those that you can hang around your neck sort of thing. In case of future mishaps. Right. Well, the coffee is rapidly going cold, but I want to get this done. I may have thinned it down too much, but that's okay. So I don't know if I've told you. You know, my daughter has a new boyfriend. She's met someone, and they're getting on like a house on fire. And he's a Warhammer addict. So who'd have thought? You know. I'm meeting him on Saturday. It is Wednesday today, and I'm meeting him Saturday. So I can appraise him, as it were. Well, you know, we're going for a meal somewhere. It's all booked and everything, so so we'll see. We'll see indeed. At this stage, I'm not sure whether he's into 40k or whether he's into Age of Sigmar. But I will soon find out. There, I think. That's all he needs on that. For that. Coffee. Yeah, Beyond the Mighty. It's a skin changer. I'm reading The Hobbit again at the moment. Just to, fuel my excitement, as it were. So, after that, I'll probably read one of my Isaac Asimov novels, and then I'll probably read. I might read a couple of them, but then I'll go into the Lord of the Rings. That should see me through to the end of the year. Then, by the time because I've got a few Isaac Asimov books that I purchased, like new versions of old ones I had, my originals, and they're falling to bits. So I fear they will literally fall to bits if I read them again. They are like from my childhood, so. So I bought myself new and up-to-date versions of them so I could read them, not worry about mishaps, and I'll just keep my old copies for nostalgia. Excuse me. Oh dear. Now, Mr. Bjorn. That's for his as for the, I don't know, I might even do flock on his base. I am not sure yet. Not sure. Not sure on that one. So let's, actually, can I touch up a part I want to touch up here? The trouble with the P3 paints is the lids, they snap off where they sort of the flap that hinges them. I've had them a good few years though. 5 or 6 years. It's not bad, is it, really? So if I touch that up there, I could put some null oil on the top of it too. Yeah. Very small thing to do, but I've done it. Okay. Elven Ranger next. I'm thinking Doombull Brown for his boots. Doombull Brown. That's all we'll do. Doombull Brown for his boots. I was going to do the texture of the base, but no, we'll do this, I think. Not sure what colour I did his main jacket, or his main tunic, I should say. Better word, tunic. Okay. My bin is far out of reach. Moved for reasons unknown. plenty of paint. And this character brush is proving very useful. The more it gets used and worn, the more like a detail brush it becomes. So, Doom Bull Brown. I may have to find out what colour I used on his tunic. This, I don't know, I've got an idea that my characters may encounter elves, or at least an elf or two. May do. I mean, there's nothing certain in that, but it's Middle Earth, and some of the places they are going to be going could well find them encountering an elf. Could do. So what I'm painting now really is like my generic version of an Elven Ranger. Not the easiest of figures to paint, this one. Surprisingly. You'd think, given the pose, it would be. But it's not. Folds of cloaks and goodness knows what else. I've said it a gajillion times. I am super excited for this solo Middle-earth adventure. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about my plans for it, wasn't I? Talks about big plans. Well, my plan, as I've said, is to do a few seasons of it. And by seasons, I mean like a complete campaign start to finish. Filmed, of course. And so I plan to use a different set of rules for season 1 and 2. I'm currently reading the rules for my season 1, obviously, which incidentally is what the box set I got comes from, actually, as it happens. But I do have the main core rulebook. I don't need to worry about that. The second set of rules I happened upon by chance. It's sort of more of a luck thing. But that's, I'm perfectly okay with that. Perfectly okay. Alright. Got to his arrows. And his shirt. Colour shirt would an elf ranger wear? That's a good question. we're going to do the bottom of the cloak in between his legs. Yeah, my coffee gone. Didn't let it get too cold. So I've got to do this. Now, in case you're wondering, the main character of my adventure, the main character, is going to be a hobbit. Is going to be a hobbit. And a dwarf or two or three or four, you know. They may come in and out of it, I don't know. The main character is going to be a hobbit. A hobbit and at least 3 dwarves. Now this is difficult. Watching Ashes to Ashes last night. I'm on season 2. Thoroughly enjoying it. I absolutely love the character of Gene Hunt. It's a really cool character. Rain is coming again. Get in there. I've just phoned, well, just before I started this actually, I phoned my mum in hospital. She's hooked up with a bedside, you know, one of those, like really like a hospital giant iPad thing that you get telly and phone and internet and everything else on. Obviously she doesn't use the rest of it. She watches telly on it and takes calls from me on it and anyone else that rings her. No. Now I'm looking at it thinking, right, what's next for you? I don't know. I could do a layer of the texture. I use Astragon, I can paint it any colour I like and then flock it. I think I'll do that. Let's get that out of the way. It's a kind of a messy business. Oh, talking about messy businesses. God, I remember last week with the business with that expanding foam. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was not fun. The mess fallout of that. Oh my goodness indeed. That still trying to clean my wedding ring. I would say work's been fun, but it hasn't. It's been alright though, I suppose. Could be a lot worse. I feel a little bit sorry for my old friend in there. I say old friend because I used to work with him in another place many years ago. I was actually his supervisor when we worked in a bakery together, so yeah, they weren't fun times, I can tell you that. Well, I do feel a bit sorry for him because, you know, there's lots of changes involved coming into his role, which is to do with he deals with sorting out the orders once we've picked them, ready for the drivers to go out. He's not a happy bunny right now, so I do feel sorry for him, because I know what it's like when that sort of thing happens. But he's a big boy, he can sort it out himself. Yeah. I don't know how much longer this Astro Grant I've got here is going to last. There's still a little bit left in it, but rapidly drying up. So I'm using my texture tool, which is, Citadel texture tool. Is absolutely brilliant for using their texture paints and moving it around. You got like two flat ends, a small one and a slightly larger one. I used to use an old brush to do this with, till they came out with this tool. It's very handy, this tool. Very handy indeed. A bit much there. Now, get this part of the basic done. He'll seem a lot more complete than he actually is. Right, so that's him done on that. So I've got a few miniatures there now that I'm kind of a bit of an impasse on because I'm waiting for the driver. I've got Radagast the Brown to work on now, so he is going to be good. Here we are. Radagast. Can we zoom in a bit here? Yeah, so this is Radagast the Brown. I think I worked on his bird last time. He's going to have a shade wash, of course, but yeah. He's got some sort of strange symbol on the tip of his spear, it looks like, but it's his staff of power, of course. So what I'll do, I'll get some white for that. Shall I use yeah, we use white scar, I think, or blanco white. Actually, I'm going to use blanco white because it's an airbrush paint. It's thinner, So that's what I'm going to use. Just give it a bit of a shake. I haven't airbrushed white in an age, so no idea what this is going to be like. The state of this. So yeah, just on his what looks like a spear there. He's got some. Oh, there we go. Strange markings on the end of it. There. And this is what I want to put a little bit of white on. Well, summer's now over, so winter will be coming soon. Year will be over before we know it. I'd like to make. I'd like this Christmas to be better than our last one, because our last Christmas was a pretty low point for us here, with financial difficulties and everything else. Although we haven't been able to rebuild like we were hoping to this year, due to world events, I would still like us to have a better Christmas than the last one we had, which I talk like it wasn't a good Christmas. We did. We had a really good Christmas as a family. It was awesome. Enjoying our own company and thinking more about the true meaning of Christmas and all that kind of that corny stuff that people only do when their finances are dire. Shame that, isn't it? But yeah, we did though. We contemplated the true meaning of Christmas and what it means. And so this year I would like to be able to have something more akin to Christmases, not that we've been used to in the past, because we've never been like extravagant at Christmas. But I would like us to be able to exchange gifts, perhaps, because it's a symbolic gesture and it feels good. It makes you feel good, I think. There, so that's really all I want to do on his stuff, really. Yeah, so the only way I'm going to do that is to get a couple of gifts. Start looking now. I mean, I'm gonna tell my mum outright, do not get gifts. Do not worry about that. You can't. All you can worry about is getting better, because she worries about things like that. My mum, I mean, it's crazy, I know, but she is just a worrier. She worries about everyone else and forgets to think about herself. So I'm gonna have to really force the issue on that. Say, look, no, you are not worrying about that sort of thing this year. I'm wondering what. I was thinking about a red for his shirt. Do I have a reddish brown or a brownish red? I mean, I've got corn red. I've got burnt red. Yeah, I think that would be good for his shirt. I don't know why I'm coming back to his shirt. It's just that I was thinking about it then. Yeah. So I'll put that to one side for a moment. Pop my white away. That's done. I think I'm going to have to put some more shade wash on this fellow. Do some recess shade washing. leave him on his side like that. All over the place, I know. Right. So I don't want it running down, you see, collecting. So I'm doing his cloak like that. I think about getting myself sometime one of those Citadel paint pot holders, those things you put things to stop it spilling. Anybody else out there have any experience with those? Are they any good? Are they any good? It's 10 to 1. I'm not going to go for too much longer. I could do the slightly shorter episode than the norm. Because I've got a lot of other things to do. Anyway, I'm shaking up this burnt red. I'm going to see if I can pop this on my elf's shirt. At the moment it looks white, but that's just the white primer. I mean, burnt red is literally that. It's a burnt looking red. And so it's going to be perfect. I want them to have red. I want him to have red, but a kind of earthy sort of red. Might have some other highlights on it, but his main colour is going to be this. Where's my character brush? Okay. Now let's does look more brown, I suppose, than red, but it's called burnt red. I think for sure he's going to have I might do corn red highlights, and if I go further I suppose I could do either Mephiston red or Wild Rider red. Who knows? Who knows? Here comes the rain again. With each step you do, the better your miniature will look, apart from when it gets to what I always call, I think it's just my particular style of painting. I get to what I call a messy stage, which is usually blocking in all base colours first. Looks really messy. Then I put a wash on and it looks even worse, like mess wise. Sure, details popping out, but man, it looks messy. And then start tidying up. Starts to look a little better. Put some highlights on it. It's starting to look good then. And of course, you get your base done and tidied. It looks really smart, really nice. And I can hear the rain dripping and so on. Yeah, to think, I've packed my fan away as well, that I had, several weeks back. I had to have the fan on because the heat. That period seems to be less and less each year, it seems to me. I know that's my perception of it, but that's that. So he's done his shirt. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to put a little bit of brown on his bow. He's got a bow that looks like the bit he's holding still has the bark of the original branch on it. It's really weird. That's what it looks like. And we could try and, do that, but I'm going to use Scrag Brown for it anyways. Scrag Brown. Right. Scrag Brown. To the detail brush because it's small detail. Right. Yeah, that's going to look like that's going to be a good feature of his bow. I'm going to have to put some more Astro Granite on him as well, because where I'm holding the miniature is kind of wearing away. because it literally hasn't had a chance to dry yet, so once I've done this, I'm going to call it a day. It'll probably end up about as long as a normal episode anyway. But this looks really cool. I have no idea if they are going to meet elves on their journey. I would think it quite likely though. Radagast is going to feature. I mean, yeah, Gandalf may, but it's very unlikely. He's caught up with other things. I mean, it's possible. We could do a little what happened in between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. What was Gandalf doing? Could find out. But for the purposes of the adventure, unlikely. And that, my friends, is as far as I'm going. We're at 50 minutes, more or less. Well, we'll be with the it'll nearly be an hour with the intro. And there we are. So I'm going to zoom out, take my glasses off, and contemplate what I've done. So I've sealed Tom Bombadil, Samwise, done some work on him. Didn't do anything on the Pygmy King, but I have done Beorn. I don't know. A little tiny bit on Radagast there. I'll leave him on his side. Thanks ever so much for joining me, guys. Please let me know what you're working on down below. At the time of recording this video, Wolf Brother Mythos, my good friend, he was working on some death dreads for his orcs that he's doing, and that sounds super cool. I'll give you some idea of how far in advance these episodes are recorded. And yeah, pouring with rain here. Hope it's better where you are. Hope you have a great rest of your day, my friends. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Let me know what you're working on, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.